Hello everyone, welcome to Property Zone Live again today. Today we will be sharing a topic about 3 things you need to know about the Klang Valley office market today. So today we are very honored we are able to invite the guest speaker for today, Amanda Goh.
Hello.
Let me give you some brief introduction about our guest speaker for today. Amanda Goh basically has 10 years of experience as a registered estate agent, and she also practiced estate agency for more than 10 years. So her focus right now will be helping her corporate clients looking for corporate real estate, basically to use it as a business premises. And academic-wise, don't be fooled by her just innocent looks. She's a chartered accountant, more than 10 years experience, and also she holds a master in corporate real estate finance and strategy. Okay, today, very honored to have you. So
thank you, Sean.
We're going to talk about office market.
Yes,
right? Klang Valley as well, but today we're going to, in general, put them in 2 zones because Klang Valley is actually rather big. So Amanda, can you tell us a little bit about the office market in Klang Valley for the first half of 2019?
Sure. We'll start with the supply side first.
All right.
It is not a new news that we have an oversupply of office space in Klang Valley. We have already been forewarned about this situation, say, since 2 to 3 years ago.
2 to 3 years ago,
yeah.
Okay.
So since, at the early this year, we had 123 million square feet of office space in Klang Valley. Over the last 6 months, 3 million square feet of office space came into the market because 5 corporate tower completed.
Right.
They were the Exchange 106 and Menara Prudential at TRX. Then we have BB Towers on Jalan Bukit Bintang, and that's YTL HQ.
All right.
And then we have KYM Towers and Mutiara Damansara.
Okay.
And then finally we have Symphony Square at Section 13.
The one you mentioned about is already completed.
They completed over the first 6 months of this year.
All right.
So now we have 126 million square feet of space. In fact, in ASEAN region, we have the largest office space stock. Yes, Singapore has got 80 million square feet, Thailand has got 97 million square feet, but we're still slightly below Hong Kong. Hong Kong has got 127 million square feet of office space. However, we have additional of 20 million square feet in the pipeline. I think they'll probably complete like in the next 2 to 3 years. So very soon, we will overtake Hong Kong. Very soon, yes.
So we say 126 million, all this, include those occupied already?
Yes, inclusive as
okay.
well, yeah. So, so that's the supply side. We won't run out of office space for a while. And then on the demand side, we get some demand from the IT sector, the finance sector, and also the co-working space operator. However, absorption rate is still very weak. Okay. We used to be very reliant or very dependent on the oil and gas industry, but we know that oil and gas industry has been pretty slow for say the last 4 years, and I think it's only now that maybe there's some sign of recovery. So there isn't any significant demand from that sector, and
okay.
Domestic business environment is also very soft because mainly a lot of businesses are being affected by the US-China trade war. And then we have the Japan and South Korea trade war as well.
Correct.
Brexit crisis, Europe debt crisis as well. And then a few key economies in the world, they get recession warnings as well. So there's like a global economic slowdown. So hence demand is low. So now we have this situation where we have this high supply and then we got this low demand. So hence we have higher vacancy rate. The average vacancy rate now in Klang Valley is around 23%. And we believe that this will continue to go up because of this vast incoming supply of office space, and we actually do not have enough of catalysts to boost demand. So we think, like say by 2022, vacancy rate may actually go up to 30% or above. And so that means for every 3 offices that come into the market, 1 will be vacant. So
Okay.
the outlook for office market is actually quite gloomy. But having said that, things are actually more optimistic outside KL city. So KL fringe areas and also in Selangor, they're actually getting slightly higher demand. They are actually holding their occupancy rate and rental rates very steadily.
So, when you say KL fringe area,
Yeah.
can you give us some example, that one you mentioned?
So that would be outside KL.
Examples?
Outside KL city with like KL postcode, but they are like, so the examples would be like Montiara, Bangsa, Damansara Heights, KL Central area, Taman Tun. Yeah, so that would be KL fringe.
Okay. So, by the way, let me just stop for a while. I think today we were giving out a lucky prize for this week. And this week's lucky prize is actually a Xiaomi dash camera that you can put in the car. You know, nowadays, no? If you have a camera in the car, then at least you can record whatever happened. So the one with most share of our live session today will walk away with a lucky prize. Xiaomi in-dash camera for your car. Oh, let's come back to the session. So you say KL Fringe is doing better.
And Selangor as well.
Selangor as well. And
Yeah.
can you share with us what are the few reasons they are doing better?
Well, I think the main pull factor would be the lower rents outside KL city. So, for example, I think the average asking rental at KL city is actually higher than the average asking rent in KL fringe and Selangor areas. So, just to give examples.
Average, what would be?
Yeah, just to give examples, at KL city, a grade A office will be asking around 7 ringgit to 11 ringgit per square foot, whereas KL fringe will be asking roughly around 6 ringgit to 8.50 per square foot, whereas in Selangor, it can go down as low as, say, 4 ringgit, 4.50 per square foot to 6 ringgit per square foot. So businesses which are looking to cut costs, especially in this very challenging business environment, if they get the chance, they will move out of KL city, enjoy the savings from the rental, and at the same time, they're not compromising on the quality of office space. Because in KL Fringe and also in Selangor, there are grade A office buildings as well, and they are also MSC compliant and GBI compliant. So the offices outside KL city, they're actually delivering better values at the moment.
Okay.
So this is also supported by our rail transportation network, which is expanding at the moment. So we have more MRT stations, we have more LRT stations, and all this, they improve the connectivity and accessibility of all these offices outside KL city.
All right.
Yeah, and then I think in addition, the land outside KL city is cheaper. So of course, all these office buildings outside KL city, they have more capacity for car park space. So I think other than KL Central, right, most of these buildings have got more car park space, so that will help those employees or tenants that drive to work. So I think these are the few reasons why demands are actually increasing outside KL city.
So this time I mentioned KL City office, the highest registered about 7 ringgit per square foot.
7 to 11.
7 to 11.
Yeah.
So which one is on the higher side?
Yeah, I think our example would be like Intermark. Intermark would be like around 11 per square foot. Yeah.
Okay. And another thing, can you tell us you mentioned co-working space, right?
Yes.
So, and you also shared with me just now, the co-working space is gaining popularity. But co-working may be familiar words to some, but may not be the familiar to others.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate more? What is actually a co-working space and why it is gaining its popularity nowadays?
Right. Yes, it's true that co-working space is actually growing. In fact, I read it in a report that they have grown estimated of 35% just last year. So we have the big international boys already in the market, like WeWork or Regis, the international names. Regis just took 5 floors at Equatorial Plaza, and they opened their second branch at Mercu 2 KL Eco City. And Regis is already in the market.
It's originated from where?
US,
all right?
Yeah. And Regis, they're already in a few locations, but they just recently rolled out this profit sharing plan with the office landlords. They're hoping to have this win-win situation where office landlords can share their construction costs, and and then at the same time, with the presence of their co-working space in their building, they can actually help drive traffic into the building.
Okay.
So with all this, it shows that they're actually very confident that the future of office market is in co-working space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, when the big names that you mentioned, they come into
Yeah.
Malaysia, even though they do not build the buildings themselves, but
No.
they also come in with a certain capital
That's right.
money
Yes.
involved.
This is not renovation work to be done. Yeah, to be incurred on. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the main catalyst for co-working space, and that was the one that's driving the growth of this market, is technology. I mean, technology is changing the way we work. We are actually a lot more mobile now.
Okay.
And technology has also shifted us towards on-demand services. It's like we want services like now, and not on demand. So hence, flexibility has become very important. So co-working space offers the flexibility in space availability and also lease terms as well. So you can scale up or scale down very easily. So you can just rent a desk space, or you can rent like a 100 workstation in an office suite and so on. Yeah.
So flexibility in terms of space
Space,
you want,
yes.
depending on different time zones.
That's right.
Okay.
And then lease term, you can rent on a monthly basis, yearly basis, even hourly basis or daily basis. Yeah. So this is the flexibility that many businesses would appreciate. And then other than flexibility, you have the convenience. It's so super convenient to actually operate from a co-working space. First, most of the time, you don't have to actually handle any renovation work, the hassle of dealing with contractors and all that, because usually these places are all fully furnished, very well designed, very funky, and then they're all wired with like state-of-the-art technology. And then other than that, you pay rental, and this rental bill includes everything. So you don't,
electricity,
everything is included into one bill. So you don't have to actually pay different utility providers, your cleaner, your
It might save some
receptionist.
admin costs as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
So it's so convenient. And then there are other benefits like security, and the fact that most of this co-working space, they are in a very strategic location. So you have benefits like ease of accessibility and then prestigious address. But you see, all these benefits which are associated to flexible workspace like co-working space, it's not new, because we had service offices for many, many years already.
Yeah.
Right? But the main difference between the traditional service office and also co-working space is the working environment. So co-working space is very towards shared space and also lifestyle amenities. So there are more opportunities for collaboration, for networking and interaction. So the millennials like this. Okay, they like this. They are very driven by technology. They like flexibility. They are very into collaborative work. So they like this positive and dynamic work environment. So hence, co-working space is attractive to them, very appealing to this group of people. And now, co-working space is not just attracted to or being used by freelancers or the small companies or sole providers. Even the large companies are attracted to this co-working
Given the benefits
space.
you mentioned as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, large companies may have some special projects, and for a short-term period, they may need some extra space. So it doesn't make sense for them to just rent another space and refurbish them, just for a short-term period. So then, hence, they choose co-working space.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the reason why the demand for co-working space is just going to
Does co-working space normally offer car park? facility?
It depends on the building that they are actually at.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So the co-working space that you mentioned, with the big names coming, it just remind me, I can resonate to Airbnb short-term rental, but that one is in residential part.
That's right.
Now with the technology coming, it's also coming to the office part. So we will say even with the growing supply coming in, the weak demand, but with the technology, it's actually changed because of flexibility, the technology
Exactly.
coming, it can be a game changer, right?
That's right, yes.
Okay. Talking about game changer, so office market, what do you see the changes in the foreseeable future?
I think in the near future, we definitely see decentralization. So a lot of business activities will no longer be centralized in KL City. So because of the fact that our rail transportation network and we've got new highways as well.
Like
It's all
MRT,
getting
RT,
better,
okay.
right? And accessibility and connectivity of all the offices outside KL City is actually better. I think businesses will actually start to move out from KL City to these areas for all the reasons that I've mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. So then other changes that I'll see would be the fact that we have more supply than demand. I think the office market will definitely move towards being more tenant-centric. So means now, landlord will have to do a lot more, not just to attract tenants, but to also retain them. So tenant...
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so tenant engagement or relationship between landlord and tenant will be a lot more important. So they have to make sure that the experience of occupying their office building is actually very pleasant. So from the day that the lease is being confirmed to moving in, and then throughout the whole tenancy period, the whole process, the whole period, it has to be frictionless, seamless and very comfortable, very pleasant. So examples, landlords can actually make sure that they have super fast internet connection.
Okay.
So that tenant will get frustrated with a slow connection, and then they may have like green space, so that tenant can actually hang out. Maybe more lifestyle amenities within the building, or they can even organize events for their tenants so that there's this sense of community. Yeah. So landlord now they no longer just supply space and collect rental. They will now have to provide services and to ensure that the whole experience of occupying this office is actually very pleasant and comfortable.
Oh, sounds to me that landlord nowadays, renting out the space is like getting a girlfriend already. You need to make sure the tenant, your girlfriend, is happy throughout the whole tenancy period. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I see. Other than that, I also see that there will be definitely more demand for co-working space. Like I said, the way we work is going to change, and I foresee that maybe almost every corporate office tower will have some co-working space to actually meet the needs of the changing needs of their existing tenant. So in the past, a company may rent 15,000 square feet.
Okay.
All right, but in future, they will probably just rent 10,000 square feet of core space, and then 3,000 of co-working space, and then the remaining 2,000 square feet will be like home, cafe, hotel lobbies or on the road.
So from business cost, where you're saying that the company may downsizing their capital outlay,
the core
space,
and then
so they only have allocate the fixed cost for 10,000. So the 3,000, the co-working as is deemed required.
Flexible. Yeah, that's right. And then 2,000, they're all mobile, they're everywhere. Yeah, so offices will be at different locations, not just one location next time.
Okay.
And I also foresee that there will be more co-working space in shopping malls. It's not new.
Shopping mall?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so we already have like a couple of them in shopping malls, like CoLab is in Starling Mall, and we have Common Ground at Cheetah Mall as well. But I think there will be a lot more because shopping malls actually give accessibility to lifestyle amenities like F&B outlets, gym, hair salon and all that. So the millennials like this. So the co-working space is going to stay. Yes.
Sounds to me that men goes to work, ladies go shopping at the mall.
Yeah. And then going micro, office space design is definitely going to change as well. So the traditional cubicles are considered obsolete already, So office space will now be zoned for, like, say, quiet work. Quiet work will be like thinking, analyzing,
creative
or writing reports, so this quiet work. And then there will be space for collaboration, so there will be like networking, interaction, discussion, meetings, and so on. Then there will also be space, say, for relax, wellness. Then there will also be space for fun. There will be games rooms and all that. And then there will be space for the modern marketing like podcast room, music studio, and also broadcast studio. So hence, like, this broadcast studio that IQI has actually shows that IQI is very forward thinking. The fact that it has this for IQI agents to use. So millennials like all this space, okay, and companies who want to actually attract them, employ them, or retain them in future, they will just have to keep modifying their office space to meet the needs of this
Demand,
group of
alright.
people, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So with all these changes, I believe the renovation work or I call it asset enhancement work will definitely happen within the office market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. For those of you who are still online, don't forget to share our session. Those who have more share will walk away with this week prize. And this week prize is Xiaomi in-dash camera for your car. So before I let you go, Amanda, just last question. Looking at what's going on in the world now, I think the one that caught most people's eyes and the headlines of the newspaper is Hong Kong.
Right.
Hong Kong unrest, Hong Kong riots, Hong Kong protests, right? But as we see, opportunity always lies with crisis. From Malaysia perspective, especially from the office, what's your thought on this?
I think we read in the newspapers as well that we have been like we are like an alternative for them, like a new options for them as well.
Cheaper rent.
So yeah, so that's definitely an opportunity for us that they can relocate their business to Malaysia. Because our office space, we're actually the cheapest, most affordable one in the whole Asia Pacific. We're only like $1.40 US per square foot per month, you know. Singapore is like 7 times more expensive, and Tokyo is like 9 times more expensive than us. So, and Thailand is about 4 times more expensive than us as well. So we are a very good, cheap option for them. So
Value
I
for
think,
money.
yes,
Yeah.
I think that would definitely open some doors of opportunities for us.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amanda,
Thank you.
for your insightful sharings. For this, we were going to end the session for today. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for watching. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.